Hey, family. You guys, come on in. Come on in. I'm super excited for this word. I tried to give it earlier. Some of it was recorded, some of it wasn't. It was acting like there was no sound, right? It was acting like there was no sound. So there's people who were listening live, they weren't able to hear me. So I had to run it back. And I gave you guys a time so that you guys would know that I'm going to be on here, right? Because this word is going to be an extremely impactful word. And I'm not going to be on here a long time, but I'm going to be on long enough to say what I need to say, right? Because it's imperative that we understand what to do when we find ourselves at a crossroad in our life. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So please let me know that you can hear me. If someone could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Just type, I can hear you. That's all I need. Just type yes, just something. Normally, I don't make a big deal out of that, but what happened was there were several technical issues that led me to say, okay, I don't think they can hear me. So y'all let me know that you can hear me. There's a whole 10-second delay in Facebook, and I get that. So while I'm talking, like there's a whole delay on everything, on your response, on my response, on all of that. So I understand that. So now that you guys can hear me, I'm assuming, right? I'm going to go ahead and release this word. So this is the deal. When God has us at a crossroad, there's a reason. There's something that he's getting ready to do, and we're going to have to make some difficult decisions in the process. So I find myself at several crossroads, right, in different areas of my life. And I'm making decisions that are going to be decisions that determine how quickly what God has for me comes into my life. So I have to make sure that I'm listening to God to get strategy. I'm listening to God to get direction. I'm listening to God so I have the strength and the courage to do what it is that he tells me to do. So when you're at this crossroad, people are going to pull you. People are going to try to make you feel guilty. People are going to try to make their issues your issues, all of that. But you can't afford to take other people's issues as yours. It is imperative in this season, when you are at that crossroad, that you focus on what God is telling you to do for you. Focus on what God is telling you to do for you. Good morning, Stacy. So now that you're at this crossroad, okay, and God is trying to give you strategy, you're trying to hear him, you're trying to make sure you're doing what he's telling you to do. Y'all, listen to me. And I need y'all to hear me, and I need you to hear my heart. The enemy is going to throw everything at you that he can to get you from making the decision God needs you to make, from doing what it is that God needs you to do. He's going to do everything in his power to keep you from moving in the direction of destiny, and to have you in a place where you're still operating in delay, operating in lack, operating in poverty, operating in illness and dis-ease, operating in all the things that are not of God: confusion, anger, jealousy, guilt, you name it. He's going to try to make sure that stuff is coming at you that produces that, so you do not go forward in your life. And it is on you to make the decisions that you need to make in order to move forward. So here I am, and I'm at a crossroad. And the question is, do I make the decision that God is telling me to make? Or do I make a decision out of pride and fear of what others will think, fear of what others will say? What do I do? Now, I don't have time for the pride, right? Because I know what I want, and I know what God has promised me. But I know too that I'm going to have to do some things that are not necessarily what I would prefer to do in order to be positioned to do what God wants me to do. And God will send you a confirmation. So I'm in the process of moving. And, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, I had to make a very difficult decision. And I had to say, okay, look, I can't carry everybody on my back, because right now, the things that I'm going through are so great. They're so heavy. I'm barely holding up myself. So I can't carry everyone else. That means that I got to let grown folks be grown folks. I got to distribute some of the weight so that all of the weight falls not on me, right? But the truth of the matter is, all of the weight didn't have to fall on me, but I chose to pick all of the weight up. How many of you can relate to choosing to picking the weight up? Oh, you chose that weight. You just took it on because you felt like, well, nobody else is going to do it and they won't do it as well as I'll do it. So I'll just do it, right? If that's you, put a me in the comments, right? Whether you're live or you're on replay, put a me in the comments, because I need you to own that piece. The moment you own your part in the weight that you're carrying is the moment that God can release you from that weight. But until you own that you did that, right, Stacy? Me too. Till you own that you did that, you can't get out from under the weight. The weight will continue to weigh you down and hold you down and have you in a place where you just feel stuck and like you can't move forward. I came to set some people free today. I came to set, and this ain't even the Sunday message, right? But I came to set some people free, because when you are at that crossroad and God says, meet me at the crossroad, and he says, before I set before you life and death, a straight path and a crooked path, a wide path and a narrow path, which will you choose? Because you get a choice. See, the crossroad is all about choice and you having a choice. Now, we want to make it seem like we don't have choices. I didn't have a choice. You did have a choice. You didn't like your other choice, but you had one. See, we don't like the other choice all the time, but you got one. So as I'm moving, I made a decision that I'm not just going to move into a new house. I'm just not going to do it. I need 30 to 60 days to get some things in order, because when I move, I will be buying. I need 30 to 60 days. 30 to 60. I need 60 days. Let me just stop saying 30 to 60. I need 60 days. I started out thinking 30. God said, no, 60. I need 60 days to get some things in order. 60 days to stack some funds. 60 days to get clear on what I want. 60 days. Now, 60 days is not a long time, but it seems like a lifetime to us, right? But I need 60 days. So that meant that I had to tell everybody in my house, listen, when I leave this house January 31st, nobody is going with me. I don't know where I'm going, but nobody is going with me. So these are your options. This is what you can do. Okay. And some of it, you're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to seek God for yourself for your answer. Now, some people would say, well, that's mean, that's cold. No, it's not. It's called allowing people to take their journey. You see, what I've learned is that when I give you chance after chance, and I tell you, these are my expectations, this is what is not going to happen, I'm not settling for this. When you stop settling, you start severing. Oh, did y'all catch that? When you stop settling, you'll start severing relationships, severing habits, severing mindsets, severing patterns. When you stop settling, when you stop being okay with where you are and what it looks like and what it feels like and what's going on, when you stop settling, you'll start severing. And when you sever, you can't be scared. You can't be scared. You cannot be scared to sever. If you're scared to sever, you will always settle. Let me say that again for the people way in the back, right? If you're scared to sever, you will always settle. So what do you want to do? Sever or settle? As for me, if something has to be severed, it's got to be severed. And I have some things that are being severed in my life, right? And it starts with me. it's not even so much about other people as it is about me. It's about me severing some things, severing some beliefs, some habits, some patterns. Severed. I've got to sever them. If I do not sever them, I will not be able to get to where God is taking me. I won't. I will find myself continuing to be stuck or continuing to deal with the same situations over and over and over again. And that is what I refuse to do. No settling, severing. At that crossroad, you all, I promise you, when you take the road less traveled, when you take the narrow road, when you take the road that is not straight, but it curves, when you take that road, it may seem overwhelming in the beginning, but it is so worth it. Absolutely, Stacy. When you stop settling, you will start severing. If you are scared to sever, you will always settle. I'm telling you, that thing is real. So I'm letting you know, I'm okay with the sever. I'm okay if relationships are severed. I'm okay if I have to move. I'm okay if I begin to move differently. I'm okay with all of that, even with myself. I'm okay with moving differently with me. I'm okay with that. And you've got to be okay with it for you. You can't continue to settle. And if you do continue to settle, you can't be surprised at what you get. You get what you get. It's that simple. You'll get what you've always gotten. You'll find yourself stuck and stagnant. But baby, when you start letting folks start dealing with their own stuff, you relieve some of that weight off of you so that you can hear for you and you can get what it is that God needs you to get so that you can do what it is that God needs you to do. Don't be scared. I'm telling you, God's got you. And just to prove that God's got you, I want you to tune in at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My ministry, Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes Ministries, will be live right here. Wherever you are right now, we'll be live right here. And you'll be able to hear the word that God has for you today. I'm telling you, this word today is going to be fire. God is doing a new thing, and it is wondrous to behold. So check this out. The message is, get them, God, get them. What I say? I said what I said. Get them, God, get them. You don't want to miss this word. Get them, God, get them. Tune in 9:30 a.m. right here, wherever you're watching from, wherever you're tuning in from. That word is going to come forth and you will be blessed by the Lord. Listen, you guys, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day because you deserve it. Mwah. Be blessed.